Show himself.
I don't have anything to hide.
If he, in case he's an agent, y'all know what he look like. And he said he came down all the way from Mass to ask a couple of questions, you know? So what, you got any questions? Go ahead, open it up.
Yeah, if King David was Moses in the reincarnation, because I thought Moses believed that. King David.
Well, you can come back in the different tribes as long as you come back as an Israelite. Edomites are going to come back as Edomites, Israelites are going to come back as Israelites. And Moabites are going to come back as Moabites. You know?
Spirit. Oh yeah, I was a young brother. Okay.
Yeah. So any Israelite, you can be a Gadite in one life, and then come back as a so-called Judite, you know, or Levite, you know. Yeah.
So Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And if children, then heirs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and joint heirs with Hamashiach Yahushai. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who had subject the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered, from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For we know that the whole creature groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is not seen, but hope that is seen. It says, but hope that is seen is not hope, for what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? What doth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he made intercession for the saints according to the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to them who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestine to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestine, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own Son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?
Us is talking about Israelites. He's talking about everybody on the planet.
Yeah, and that stuff about Moses coming back as David, it's based upon faith.
Right.
You know, there's no scripture where it says Moses is going to come back as David. All right. But the Mosai sets up an order.
Yeah.
Okay.
The spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet.
Yeah, but then there's an order.
Right.
So it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Now, like I said, there's no scripture that you can say Moses did come back as. But we do know this. We know that Melchizedek, which had no mother and father, that was the Lord.
Yeah.
Because Hebrews the 7th chapter tell you that.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have Moses had the head position. King David had the head position. Zerubbabel had the head position. Then you had second in command, third in command.
Peter,
You know?
Peter had the head condition over position over the rest of the apostles.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Yahweh Shai chose
Because it
Peter.
was already predestined who's going to be the number one apostle, who's going to be the number two apostle, and there was an order.
Yeah.
The first three of that order was Peter, John, and James.
Yep.
Yeah, and
All right.
John was Yahweh Shai's favorite. So if Yahweh Shai had his way, you would have had John.
Yeah, but he didn't have his way because
was
he was
about
doing
the Father.
the will of the Father.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So that proves it right there. Why? Why Peter? Because of who he was in his past life.
Pastor Hall, I got a piece of, what you got?
Go
1
ahead.
Corinthians?
Nah, go ahead.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians 2, verse 10. But the Most High have revealed them unto us by His Spirit, for the Spirit searches all things. Because if you're in the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you could delve deep into the Spirit to know who's who and what's going to happen in the Spirit.
How we speak spiritual things must be compared with spiritual.
Right.
The Apostle Paul said that. So we speak a different language. You got the carnal language,
Right.
and then you have the spiritual language.
Right. Which Esau could never tap into the Holy Spirit because it wasn't meant for him.
It's not for
You know? It says, for the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. Reincarnation is a deep thing of the Most High. A carnal man, even a carnal Israelite man, can never get it. He was never given it, you know? For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of a man? Let that pass. For what man knoweth the things of a man, and one of the things of a man is his spirit, save the spirit of a man which is in him. Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of the Most High.
What chapter and verse you reading from?
This is 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, and this is the 12th verse. It says, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that we might know the things that are freely given unto us of the Most High. That's why Yahushai asked Peter, who do you say I am? And Peter says, some say you're this, some say you're, you may want to be one of the prophets. You may be, Elijah coming back. He said, no, but who do you say I am? He said, well, you are the Son of the Heavenly Father. He said, well, flesh and blood have not revealed this unto you, but the Spirit of my Father which is in heaven.
Yeah.
And it says that we might know the things that are freely given unto, and that can only be given unto you by the Most High, by Yahweh.
Yeah, like reincarnation. That's given unto us.
That's given unto us by Yahweh, by Shem
By the
Yahweh.
Spirit.
Right, by the Spirit.
No?
The Holy Spirit, right.
Who the so-called white man is,
Right.
who we are.
Yeah.
It says in 1 Corinthians 14:32, and the spirit to the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
So a prophet is going to come back as a prophet.
Right.
So we have to be those prophets. We're not going to say, I'm this guy, he's that guy.
Right.
But we know we have to be the spirits. Because we're doing the same thing that those spirits did in the past.
Right.
Right, and they were Israelites. As long as they were Israelites, that's it.
Yeah, John the Baptist didn't know. They asked him straight up. They
Oh,
said,
that's right.
are you this guy? Are you that? He said, I don't know.
He said, no, I am
said,
the voice.
Then he said, I
Like-
am one. I am a voice that crieth in the wilderness.
But Yahweh Shai knew.
Yeah,
Because
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai
Shai
knew, yeah,
said.
yeah.
And then even John the Baptist, which was considered the greatest of all prophets,
Right.
he didn't know that was Yahweh Shai.
Con.
He said, is he the one, or should we look for another?
Another.
So he
Yeah.
doubted that was the Messiah,
yeah.
because the Messiah didn't come and deliver him,
Yeah.
because it was meant for him to go that way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Yahweh Shai said that John the Baptist is Elijah coming back. John the Baptist was a tribe of Levi, and Elijah was a Tishbite, which he was probably a Gadite or one of them.
It doesn't say what the tribe, but he could have been a
Right.
Benjamite or Gad.
Right. So
Yep.
that's one proof right there.
Well, he also said, if you will receive it.
Right.
Because not everybody can receive it. That's
right.
why a lot of guys bug out over reincarnation.
Right.
It's not given to everybody to receive.
Right.
You believe in reincarnation? Do you believe that everything is reincarnated? Okay. Good.
Well, Pastor Boy, you said not everybody could receive it. That would be the cardinal man. They may not receive it.
Right.
You know?
I got something real quick to lock it, bro. I know you've been holding This is St. John 3 and 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
Oh, you know what links up with that? The one in Ecclesiastes. So the bones of the womb.
Are you recording this? You don't have nothing recording? Recording? It doesn't matter because it's on the video anyway. You know,
Yeah.
it's just questions that I ask. You know,
Ecclesiastes 8.
I got the recording them times. Yeah, we got 3 cameras going.
That's right. And possibly some,
Yeah, well, you should know we're going to give you the 3rd degree. You just
right.
I
pop out,
expected it.
you
I
just pop out of
expected
nowhere. We was like, yo, who is this guy?
Yeah, coming
It's on the
from
heels
Maine.
of Fox News. I understand.
Fox News. Fox News. Ecclesiastes 8.
You saw that thing on Fox News?
Yes.
All right. You know that clip that they showed of the white woman getting pushed down?
I saw the original.
Okay, the original.
She was arrested.
When the police came, she was starting trouble. You know.
Was it Ecclesiastes 11?
I don't know if it's 11 or
What are you brothers looking
8.
for?
Bones
Right here.
of the womb.
11,
Okay, yeah. That links up with what you just read.
This is Ecclesiastes 11. I started 5. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit,
There you go.
nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of the Most High who maketh all.
It is.
And then I got
Unless Yahweh Hashem Yahshua reveal it to
Exactly.
and then this,
Whoa, Amos. Surely. There you go.
Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, will do nothing, for he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
There you go.
I got
Let me ask
one.
you a question. Do you believe? What is your take on the mark of the beast?
So RFID microchip.
Okay, so you believe that it's a microchip. Okay.
How long you been watching us?
Couple years.
This is St. John 3
You got
and
the Boston Red Sox cap on. That's a giveaway that you're from Boston.
St.
We're
John.
fanatics up there, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We used to live up there, so we know.
St. John 3:27. John answered and said, "A man can receive nothing except to be given him from heaven."
So the Father, you had the Son on earth at that time. You had the Father in the spiritual realm, and the Father gave to Peter, which was the head disciple, which became the head apostle. He put in the spirit to know that was Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's right. St. John 6:44. No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
And we're in the last day, the last days.
And that's literal too, because Yahweh Shai gonna literally lift up his elect from the earth.
Do
Right
you
into those chariots.
Do you believe that Babylon the Great and Isaiah and the Book of Revelation? Okay, good. Okay, so you know America's going to be destroyed. Okay, good. All right.
Pastor, I got a quick precept.
All right, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 4:1. It said, "Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Yahweh Shai and stewards of the mysteries of the Most High." And that's why we're out here. Prophesy what was already told to the prophets back then, but they didn't really know. We know now, you know. The mysteries.
You said stewards of the mysteries.
Stewards of the mysteries.
One of the mysteries
Yeah.
is reincarnation.
Right.
Reincarnation
Right.
is one of the mysteries.
Right. The RFID chip. That's that's a mystery.
The mystery among the Israelites among the other nations.
Right.
Because you got guys that still believe every Israelite's going to look like a so-called Negro.
Right.
They can't get it through their heads that you're going to have Israelites looking like every nation where they were scattered.
Right. That's how
You're going to have Israelites looking like East Indians, Israelites looking like Arabs,
Chinese.
Israelites looking like Chinese. They can't get that. You guys are bugging.
Hey, I've been watching a lot of videos with the Muay Thai fighter. There's a guy named Sanchai. He's also known as King Star. That's the Mayweather of kickboxing. That dude's definitely a Jake, man. Hey, man, he be fighting dudes way bigger than him. They be kicking at his head. He'll do this shit. He'll back up. Then he'll hit you. You know. Then this guy, what's his name? Bakao. I don't know if y'all keep up with that dude, Bakao. He's a kickboxer. You see him fight. He's all on YouTube. That dude's a Jake, man. Them people is Jakes, man. They call them like the Filipino people and the Thai people. They're called they're known as what do you call it, negritos. Like this guy Pacquiao. He's a Jake. He's an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't be able to fight and beat all those other Jakes if he wasn't an Israelite. You know. Oh, and then one of his sons is named Israel.
Look at that.
And then he believes in the Most High.
Yeah. Oh, he quoted Jeremiah before he fought Broner. He said, "Look, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna quote from Jeremiah."
Well, that's an Israelite.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know.
And Broner didn't have nothing to say.
That's why he beat bro.
That's why he beat Bro. He put the Most High first. Yeah.
Simple nigga.
And Broner got the nerve to have a big bushy beard, but when he fights, he cuts the beard off.
Yeah.
And that's like Samson cutting his locks off,
Yeah,
man.
his power.
know?
Cutting his
Should have
power
kept that.
off.
He should have kept that beard. He might have beat him.
Oh, they got videos on YouTube. I didn't know Bobby Caldwell was a white man.
But he's not a white man. He's not a white man. He's a Jake. He looked like a white. Yeah, he looked like a white
videos,
man.
What was that? They had this one Jake. His jaw almost dropped to the bottom of the floor. He's watching Bobby Caldwell sing that song. He said, "I didn't know all this time. I thought he was a black dude."
Yeah, he's his line. He's Scottish Irish.
Yeah.
Which them Scottish, them Scots and them Islanders, Irish, them are straight up Jakes, man. You know.
I got a precept, Pastor.
Get it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you." And that was dealing with the Israelite foreigners that was
And
scattered.
you're reading that or what?
That was Habakkuk. But you want me to get what Paul said?
Go to what Paul reiterated.
Acts 13.
The water.
Around 38.
When you go to that precept, go up a couple of verses, and then you see it's talking about how he was bringing in the Gentiles, which were Israelites.
That's right.
When you read the New Testament and when it speaks about the Gentiles receiving salvation, like, for example, Cornelius, good. Hey.
The spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. Saul a prophet.
Saul, well, I was reading that the other day. I think I spoke on it. Saul was with the prophets. So the Spirit got on him to prophesy. But that didn't mean he was a prophet. He was just an Israelite. That the Most High set him up
Be king.
to be king. Yep.
Then he rejected it.
See, you can prophesy. There's a lot of guys that came to this thing and broke down scriptures and was in the Spirit, and the Spirit of the Most High was on them. And then later on, that person or those persons fell off. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
Like Nate.
Like Nate? Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you something about Nate.
The way that came out.
Nate. When the split took place, he had a dream that he lost the oil. How'd he say he had a dream that he lost the oil? Going back to Matthew 25, and at the end, he got the oil back. So I remember that dream. So now, can he be forgiven and come back around? Yeah. Just like we say High Priest Ariel can be forgiven and come back around. But that's between them and the Most High.
That's it.
I wouldn't want to play that game, you know?
Let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling.
That's it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's whatever relationship Yahweh Bashem Shai has with that individual person, that individual
And
man.
right now, Nate is being a bad boy. Okay? He's going off, man.
He's being very naughty.
And he doesn't know all the scriptures.
Very nasty.
All he knows is what he was taught at the main school, and he's regurgitating it back. All
He
right?
hasn't really grown.
He hasn't grown.
No, not really.
And the people around him, they don't correct that guy.
And he couldn't get the Cornelius thing. It took him, what, 10 years
Yeah.
for him to get it?
Yeah.
Finally got it. Which proves the power of Yahweh. For him to finally get it.
And I'm gonna say this again. Can he be forgiven? Of course. He's an Israelite. You know?
I think I found Acts.
All
Yeah,
manner
go
of
ahead,
sin.
Bring it on up.
This is
As it's written, all manner of sin can be forgiven except the sin of blasphemy. That's the sin that Esau committed.
Which is painting himself as the most
Yeah. Painting himself as the Most High, painting himself as Yahweh Shai, painting himself as the angels. That's straight up blasphemy because the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, and the angels don't look like that.
Right.
That's a blatant lie. Come on, leprosy? You know?
Yeah, Esau knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. You know.
Saying the Most High
He
got
know he
leprosy?
say they have schools of higher learning. They have
Right.
universities, colleges, man.
Yeah.
Where you got Edomites that that's all they do is they go to school. You got historians, so they know exactly what we're saying.
Apostle Elder Tahar, there's a comment.
Yeah.
Mad Lion, is white skin still a curse though?
Of course it is. Let's give me one of many scriptures. Give me numbers.
Numbers 12, right?
You got Leviticus.
Yeah, and it's
15.
not white, by the way, it's red. Because the color of the blood shows form through the skin, because it lacks pigment. Which pigment, we're supposed to have pigment. Melanin keeps you from getting a lot of diseases. Even Esau knows that.
Now, are the Israelites out there that have that curse? Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
Melanin, as a matter of fact, you can go online, an ounce of melanin is what? Almost $400 for an ounce of melanin. $400. So that's how important melanin is to have.
Everything is for sale in this world.
Plus we came from the ground, the deep dark soil. What color is it? Deep brown. So there you go.
If you stop and use your brain, you know, think for a minute, and then go into the scriptures, the only conclusion would be that are the Israelites the so-called black people?
Absolutely.
You know?
Brown skinned people. Because we came from the ground. We came from the dust of the ground, deep dark soil.
And you know, this media, they're trying to make us look bad, demonize us when we're telling the truth. What did the Apostle Paul say in Galatians? Somebody get that. Galatians 4 and verse 16.
Am I?
Yeah, the oddball of the planet Earth is.
And they would love to see us beat the hell out of somebody, run over people, and do all kind of rob
It's
banks.
spiritual, man. It's spiritual.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't gonna, so they said, wait a minute, we can't get them on anything. Just like they couldn't get Yahweh Shai on something.
That's right.
They had to get false
Witnesses.
man.
And they
All we're doing is telling the truth.
Right.
You know?
And the many didn't agree.
Yeah.
None of the-
Their stories contradict each other.
It didn't collaborate. You got it, brother.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah, because we call this white man the devil,
Right.
which is the Edomites. Well, he is the devil.
Right.
How do we know that this white man, Esau, is the devil? Because his spirit comes from the devil. You know, the spirit he's plugged in with the devil.
And his spirit.
And the proof of that is Jacob and Esau in the belly.
God.
What were they doing in the belly? When you look up that word, what was the word? The struggle. When you look up that word in the Hebrew, the word means to totally crush each other and kill each other. So they wasn't just, snap boxing. They were trying to kill each other, man. That was like an MMA match.
Yeah, plus he's corrupted everything that's right. He's corrupted it.
Right.
The earth, he corrupted it.
Right.
The food, he corrupted it.
And he can't help it. You know why? Because he's plugged into the devil.
Yeah.
He's a spiritual demon Satan. Hey, somebody go to what is it? Genesis 4.
He's the
that
original
movie-
Can't Do Right.
That movie, there's a movie called Erin Brockovich. Now, when you watch the movie, it's about a lawyer that she was going after she was going after
Yeah, it's
the
an
big-
actual person.
Yeah,
Actual
it's
person. Yeah.
actual person. She was going after the big companies that were polluting the waters, that were polluting, and you had many families that had birth defects on their family.
Oh, you got Netflix? You got that? There's a movie, The Devil We Know. Shows you that whole conspiracy over the Teflon. You know what they said in that movie? They said every last one of us on the planet Earth has a little bit of Teflon in our blood. That's how contaminating that thing was, that Teflon.
So who's responsible for that? The so-called white man.
Yeah, the DuPonts.
Yeah, they said they were doing something somewhere, and there was gases that were coming out of the place, and all of a sudden they felt like a thunderous roar on top of the roof.
Oh, there was some birds.
It was a bunch of birds that just dropped there.
about thousands of birds.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's right.
So it's just like, you know, this devil included everything, man.
Well, as a matter of fact, Eustace Mullins, he brings out about fluoride, how fluoride got into the toothpaste.
Right.
Because some congressman took a bribe. Because fluoride is really a byproduct of aluminum.
Of aluminum, yeah?
Yeah,
So they had
so-
to get rid of it some kind
so
of
they
way,
had
so
to
they
get
put it in
rid of it, so they put it
in
in
the water
toothpaste,
system.
and they tell you-
And the water system, when we drink the tap
the
water.
water, yep.
Yep.
You made it?
And they tell you that toothpaste is good for your teeth. And,
Fights cavities.
Yeah, which is all bullshit. Yeah, fights cavities, which is all bullshit.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when you look at
Natural
Okay,
fluoride
that's
can do it, but that garbage, you
Yeah.
know, there's a natural fluoride, which is good for you.
Okay.
That's garbage. Like you said, it's the byproduct of aluminum.
Yeah.
So they had to get rid of it some kind of way. Oh, and it says on the, I gotta get a pack of toothpaste or tube of toothpaste. It says on the back of it, it says, if you happen to swallow this, call 911. You know?
Yeah, what I was going to say, the rat poison, one of the ingredients of rat poison is fluoride. But then this devil got us, you know, gaggling with fluoride and in some cases drinking it. So that all that proves that he's the devil. That's what it proves.
Which is a byproduct.
And he can't help it
Right.
because he's plugged into the devil, man. He plugged into the devil like we plugged into the Most High. The
Like-
fact that we walk up to the fact that we're Israelites is the Most High plug, you know, the commercial plug it in. The Most High plugged this in. Neo in the Matrix series, he was plugged in. You know.
Oh yeah.
The money supply, the
And you know who we are in the Matrix movie? Who are we in the Matrix movie? The Israelites. We would be the Sentinels, which in the movie they made them to be the bad guys. They were really the good guys. All right? The agents, they were really the good guys.
Yeah, the agents.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him,
Son of Esau.
but the just shall live by his faith.
Which are the Israelites.
Right.
And let me ask you a question. Can an Edomite make it? If they serve the Most High and do everything, can they make it?
Not only the Israelites.
Say again?
Only the Israelites.
Only the Israelites? Good. Good answer. Good answer.
But relating to that point, the nation of Edom will be destroyed, according to Obadiah.
Speak a little louder, brother.
The nation of Edom will be destroyed, according to the book of Obadiah.
Yeah, exactly.
But their spirits will go into the other nations. Exactly.
Good question. Now I gotta go back to the 80s to High Priest Ariah and his father Yaquah. They used to always argue that. High Priest Ariah said they're gonna go back into the other nations. Say Canaanites or whatever. They're gonna go, because you can't kill a spirit, right? You know what Yaquah used to always say? No, the Most High gonna destroy him. You know? Now,
Not the spirit.
I would say that the Most High is going to take them Edomites and they're going to mingle them among the other nations. Okay?
You can't destroy a spirit. That's
Yeah,
them.
so the Edomites are going to come back, but they're not going to be called Edomites.
Yeah.
The tribe, a proof of that is Dan.
Right.
Where are the descendants of Dan? There's some of them are Judites, some of them are Ephraimites.
You know that makes
They're
sense.
mingled among the Israelites, you know?
That makes sense because the way they looked was a sign of the wicked. So after a while, the Lord won't need the wicked per se.
Right. He
You
just
know,
destroyed the spirits.
well, the spirits is part
We don't
of
think
him.
we don't believe that the Most High is going to destroy the spirits. They're just going to come back as dark people.
Right.
He's the father of spirits.
Right. I just had
Yep,
that.
yep.
Each spirit is a part of him. So that's like
Well, I had
destroying
it,
a part
but
of
then
him.
I said,
That doesn't make sense. Like I said, the reason why the so-called white man looks the way that they were assigned, I'm trying to think of the scripture. Cain, was that Genesis the 4th chapter? So
Yeah, let's read that.
yeah. Remember, they got that mark, mark, right? The Lord said He would set a mark upon him.
And
Mark,
ain't
in
no
other
X,
words,
ain't no X in the forehead.
no, hell no.
It's,
Another,
it's leprosy.
yeah, the
leprosy.
mark is the sign.
Took his pigment.
Yeah, it is. So,
And you know, if let's say you were a so-called white man, an Edomite, you came up. Let's say you said you worked for CNN or Fox News or whatever, and you started asking us questions. Do you think we're gonna say, get the fuck out of here? No. And we had this guy, Tucker Carlson, come down,
Yep.
and then he played it off like I remember his name, but it was in the back of my mind, because I watched those talking head shows. He figures Negroes don't watch the niggas don't watch the news. That's all I do is watch the news, man. Right when we go to the crib, we put on the daggone news, see what's going on, man.
What's going on, that's right.
You know, RT News, Euro News, CNN, Fox News,
Al Jazeera.
Press TV.
Yep.
All right.
And they're always constantly live now. They got a lot of live.
Well, you get your truth. You get your truth from them other shows, RT. You know.
Yep.
But anyway, he came down and I said, "Are you one of them news people?"
Yeah, he lied. Straight up
He lied, man. He acted like he was just walking by. Oh, he was sent. Hey, this Curtis Lewa. Curtis Lewa, the Guardian Angels, the head of the Guardian Angels. Never heard of him? Oh my goodness. I think he has a chapter up there in Boston. Anyway, he has a radio show, 77 WABC, which I listen to him every damn day. He used to come down there damn near every other week, seemed like, man.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Act like
But he looks like a white man, but he's an Israelite. And I told him that several times. I said, "You an Israelite, man." You know how I know that? Because of his spirit. You know?
It's Polish, right?
Yeah, he's Polish.
Yeah.
He's Polish. Because you had a big number you had a lot of Israelites down there in Poland that mingled their seed among them Europeans. A lot of Spaniards.
Oh,
A lot of those people in Spain, those are Israelites, because you had the Moors over there, which the Moors are Israelites, and they mixed their seed among them European nations, the Edomites. So we're pretty much the majority, man. You're gonna have people coming out with blonde hair, blue-eyed, looking Scandinavian as hell, and be an Israelite, man.
Looking like Chinese.
You ask him to dance, he be dancing his ass off, man.
Chinese, Japanese.
Yep. We know Israelites by the Spirit.
Yeah.
You can look at a guy, the way he talks, the way he carries himself. You know, he might dance. And then Curtis, he brags about how good of a dancer he is, man. And all he used to deal with is so-called black women. His first wife was a West Indian woman, a Benjaminite woman. Because when he came out, he said he used to brag about she used to make, what is that, Kalaloo? Kalaloo. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Go ahead. Oh, and then I asked this guy, Curtis Lewa. He came to the camp, and I said, what did I say? I said, what is your take on the mark of the beast? He said, it's a chip. They're gonna put a chip in your hand. He said that. So only an Israelite would come out and say it like that. You know? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
Yeah, so we read that earlier. Okay. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 8, verse 7. 9 verse 7, excuse me. O Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Where you reading from?
Daniel chapter 9 verse 7.
Okay, now when you look up that word confusion of faces, you know what it means? It means shamefaced. It doesn't mean that you look like another nation. Which brothers use, they should stop doing that. It just means you're shamefaced. That's all it means.
Yeah, you don't know your nationality, you're clinging on to another nationality.
Yeah, a Jake that comes up, like Sarnetta with the gun.
Yeah.
Dude's crazy. Anyway, he would be considered confusion of face because he's shamefaced. He doesn't know that he's an Israelite. And we told him several times that he's an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know?
That also links over that scripture, his face shall not wax pale.
Isaiah, was it Isaiah
29?
29? 22.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back in the day we used to break it down. That means Israel will never look like a so-called white man. Which, High Priest Arias, you'll never got all into it.
And like I said earlier, you're going to see Israelites that look Scandinavian.
Right.
You know, blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Right.
Yeah.
leprous as hell, red and hairy. Red and hairy.
Yeah, wax pale means they will never be weak, and they'll always have the truth, always have the understanding. When you don't have the
Then
understanding,
the Most High eventually raise them up. And
Yeah,
that's just going to be on the body, you know?
yeah, when you have the understanding,
Yeah, I remember we used to teach that. Yeah.
when you have the understanding,
Ain't no
your face
ain't no
is not
Jake
gonna
gonna
wax
turn
pale.
into a white man.
Your face is gonna be strong.
They gonna look like John Shaft.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh Allen.
As a matter of fact, Ecclesiastes 8:1. Read that.
Oh, right.
Ecclesiastes 8:1. That's the answer to the pale face.
Ecclesiastes 8:1.
Yeah.
So Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 1, who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing?
Yep.
A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine,
There you go.
and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
So what's the opposite of that? Your face waxing pale. You don't
Right.
have the wisdom. You don't have the knowledge. So your face waxes pale.
Right. No light.
No life in you. You're dead. Like it says, the congregation of the dead.
Right.
Right.
When you're dead, what happens? Your face
You turn pale.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're sick,
You turn
you
pale.
turn pale. Now, when you're whole, you're vibrant.
Yeah, you
know?
Yep.
So when you don't have your nationality, it's like being sick.
There's a scripture in Song of Solomon. I don't know the verse offhand. I can look it up, where it speaks about my love is white and ruddy.
Is that
Oh,
five
right.
and, that's
It's either 5 or 4. If somebody can get it, bring it on out. Because Edomites have used that to say, see, you had Solomon love white women, which that's in the scriptures, but it ain't talking about a white woman. As a matter of fact, the songs of Solomon are nothing but songs. And that's not a woman singing those songs.
I'm looking for it.
That's Solomon singing to the glory of the Most High.
I know there's one in Lamentation.
I don't want that one. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that hasn't been brought out in a while. But the one where it says white, I think my love is white and ruddy.
Got it. Songs of
He
Solomon
got it.
5
The what?
and 10. My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000.
So who was he talking about? He wasn't talking about a woman.
Right.
He was talking about this truth, this wisdom.
Right.
Now, if you look up the word white, go to the no. Go to the
You got the blue letter?
I'll get it. No, I don't got it. I could get it up.
that word white means brilliant.
Brilliant.
You know, and when you go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, there's going to be a shine about us. Oh, we're going to be made white.
Yep, they were dressed in white.
Yep, dressed in white. Yep. See, the way Esau reads this book, they read this book like you read a textbook. You come across a word or a precept or, you know, a chapter or whatever, and you think it's talking about one thing. Oh, this is what it says. Yeah, but there's a spiritual breakdown to it. There's a spiritual meaning to it, you know? And that's how Jake talks, man. And when Jake talks, they'll say things. If you're a white man from some other country, Jake might say, "You gonna go check out that flip? What's a flip? You know? Give me some other. When you deal with a woman, I'll hit that.
Right.
You know, knocking boots,
Yeah.
Going to the crib.
going to the crib. Yep. I'm gonna chill out at the crib.
Right. I'm gonna jump in my whip.
I'm gonna jump in my whip. You know? Yep. What's popping? Yep. Oh, I'm gonna kick you in your ass. That don't mean I'm gonna literally turn around so I can put my foot up in your ass. Don't mean that. It means I'm gonna beat you up. You know? Oh, bugging out. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Samson. He made a statement. He said when he found out the Philistines were talking to his woman, which is the Philistine woman, he said someone has been plowing with my heifer. So what does that mean literally? You take your heifer, which is a cow, you put a yoke on it, and you plow it, right? Well, he wasn't talking about that. So when Esau reads his book, he's reading it word for word.
Right.
This word comes up, so it must mean that.
Right.
He's not a spiritual man, you know?
I got the blue letter entry for white.
Go ahead.
so,
Go ahead.
So it's
for that actual scriptures in Song of Solomon.
Right.
Go ahead and read it.
yeah. So it's the entry is H6703, which is Tazak, and it says Tazak, dazzling, example, sunny, bright, figuratively evident, clear, dry, plainly, white.
When you wash your car and you wax your car, you buff it out, you can see the sunlight hitting it, and you can see that glow, that white shine to it. That's what it's talking about.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said when he gonna make us white. You know. Oh, Daniel the 11th chapter.
Many shall be made white.
Many shall be made. That don't mean he's gonna turn into a white man.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
You had Yahweh Shai's garment said it shine like fuller's white, something like that.
Yep.
Quick precept. This is the book of Matthew 13 and 41. It says, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
And that's talking about Edomites and other nations and 2/3 and wicked Israelites.
There shall be wailing and gnashing
Where
of
you
teeth.
reading from?
The book of Matthew 13, beginning at the 41st verse.
And you know what you got to do? You got to go up a couple of verses. Because I was going to actually bring that out today. Go up to like the 30th verse. See what that says.
The book of Matthew 13 and 30. It says, let both grow together until the harvest.
The Lord was talking about the wheat and the tares, right?
Right.
The wheat represent the children of Israel. The tares represent the Edomites. Even though the Lord never said the word Esau or Edomites.
Right.
He was talking about the destruction right there as you read it down. When he breaks it down, mainly when you go to the 30th verse, he's talking about what's going to happen to America. How the Most High is going to deliver the elect of Israel and the Edomites and the rest of the nations he's going to destroy right here in America. And he didn't mention the word America. He didn't even mention the word Babylon.
Yep. Even though the Edomites that look like Jakes.
Because some of them are going to be beamed up. You're going to see white people getting beamed up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're actually
Israelites.
Israelites.
Right.
That's the how powerful this thing is.
Yeah.
You know?
Plus, our body's gonna be changed anyway.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna go in the body you in. It's gonna be changed. You know, because the what's that? The corruptible cannot. Yeah.
And you looking like Scandinavian. When you get beamed up, you're going to transform into a so-called black man.
Right.
You know?
Oh, well, that
That's
brother,
it.
his wife had that vision.
Right.
She saw herself in the kingdom.
And she looked just like an Edomite. You would look at her and say she's the Edomite, right?
Yeah, that's what the brother said. In the kingdom, she looked like a straight up so-called black woman. That's what she told the brother. She said, I look like a black woman. So that proves that it doesn't matter what you look like. The Lord's going to change us. Apostle Paul said we shall all be changed.
Yeah.
Reading on, it says, let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the
What is the harvest? The end of the world. Go ahead.
I will say to the reapers,
Who are the reapers? It's going to tell you, the angels. Go ahead.
gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles,
Who are the tares? The Edomites. Go ahead.
to burn them.
And what are you going to be burnt with? This nuclear fire, this Holocaust. Go ahead.
But God gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed.
No, jump down to the 38th verse. Because he's going to break it down to them. And it's still going to go over their head.
Woo! 38th verse. The field is the world. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
Who are the good seed? The children of the kingdom. Who are the children of the kingdom? The Israelites. What did he say in what is that? Luke 17:21? Luke 17:21. Luke 17:20.
This is called.
Yeah, it says Luke 17 verse 21. It says, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there.
No, you got to go up a verse or two. See what 20 says.
Yeah, it says, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you.
So he was talking to Pharisees that were Israelites, and he said the kingdom of heaven is within you. You are the kingdom of heaven. All right? There won't be a kingdom of heaven unless you have Israelites in it. The New Jerusalem is also the kingdom of heaven, which are the Israelites. When John saw in Revelation 21, he saw the New Jerusalem coming down from heaven.
Yeah.
Those were the Israelites that were beamed up
Right.
and then brought back down
right.
after the destruction came. To
Right.
do what? To take over the whole world. Daniel 7:18.
Yeah.
And the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Daniel the 2nd chapter, around about the 40th verse, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
It's gonna be a beautiful day, baby.
Revelation 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, and the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
That's Esau's heaven. And that goes hand in hand with the Apocrypha. Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it. That follows.
And it says, and there was no more sea. And I John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh.
So the Israelites that got beamed up in Revelation 11 chapter, all right,
Changed.
changed and come back down.
Right.
To do what? To take the kingdom.
That's right.
What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to enslave everybody.
That's right.
It says,
International business.
Oh yeah, they're going to get the elite.
Yeah.
To find their kings of change and their nobles of, when the hell is that going to
Right.
You can't get around it.
Right.
When is that going to happen?
You
Right.
can't get around it.
Here is the patience.
Too high, you
and faith
can't
of
get
the
over it.
church.
Too low, you can't get under it.
That's it.
Too wide, you can't get around it.
That's it.
And that's why Esau's running scared.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the noble.
It tells you, I'm sorry,
No,
brother.
no, you-
Hey,
yeah,
brother, you
come-
know me. You know
come,
me,
come.
brother.
Hey.
You know, when that mouth go to chopping.
God, that's the spirit.
Anyway, when they saw them being beamed up, Revelation 11,
Right.
it said that they were fearful.
Yeah,
Great fear fell on them.
yeah.
The strangeness.
Ezekiel 37
of
chapter,
this-
they also had great fear.
Yeah.
The fact that they see us in these different camps all around the country, all around the planet, they're scared because now the smart ones, they're studying that.
Yep.
And they're saying, well, I don't believe in this. But what if it's true? That's what they said. What if it's true?
Right. What if some did not
What
believe?
if?
Yep.
And the Apostle Paul said that, what's it go, 2 Thessalonians, that wicked shall be revealed. When that, now, he's being revealed now. Back then, he wasn't really being revealed. Because, look, think about it. If they were really being revealed back then, you wouldn't have up until now. Because they would have been taken out, man.
Yeah,
They had
because
to be built
the
up.
apostles, they never went up to Romans and say, oh, that Edomite over
Yep.
there, that Edomite. They didn't know nothing about
didn't know-
Edomites. They knew the story of Esau, but they
Yeah.
didn't equate the Romans with Edomites.
They had to be built up. The wicked had to be built up. And they had to be built up to fulfill prophecy.
We know way more than what the disciples knew, what the prophets
absolutely,
knew.
absolutely.
We know way more. And get that on. Make sure it's on camera.
Yeah.
All three cameras are on.
Yep.
We know more than Daniel. We know more than Jeremiah. We know more than Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Yeah, Ezekiel.
We know more than all of them. We know more than all the disciples. We know more than Peter. We know more than all of them, man.
Second Thessalonians.
Yeah, they had to be built up. Their kingdom had to be built up to show wickedness on the planet Earth.
Right.
And when all them prophets saw them prophecies come to pass, those visions, they didn't know what the hell was going on. Daniel got sick. John looked at Babylon the Great and fell in love with her.
Yeah.
I wondered at it with great admiration.
Well, to build on what you just said, Apostle,
You know how ass cheek was out, the titty, the nipple was out.
to build on what you just said, now that represents Esau and his power, that woman with finance. Now, how could that happen if they were being revealed back then? How could that woman, John, see that vision of the beauty? It wouldn't have happened. They had to be built up. Built up to the point where John saw that woman, beautiful woman, and admired it, which represents Esau in his full kingdom, his full power.
Only he that now letteth will let until
There
he
you
be
go.
taken out of the way.
Taken out of the way. The reason why Esau's in power because the Most High got him in power.
Right.
His disciples didn't know.
Oh, Daniel 4:17.
No, they wouldn't know. They weren't. Disciples wasn't no. Deep. They didn't know that. They didn't say, "Oh, that see that Roman, that Caesar, he's really an Edomite."
Yeah.
They didn't know. They didn't know about that. And the Romans looked at the Edomites like they were different people. They looked exactly the same. Oh, you guys are Edomites.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This
Yeah,
is
well, that's true.
this is Habakkuk.
Well, like I said, if it would have been known, oh, these are the Edomites, these are the wicked, then what would have happened then?
That he
Was it
might be
see-
revealed in his time.
Exactly.
What time is he being revealed?
Now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're being revealed. They're waking up. Oh, shit. You mean the Bible is against us? I thought the Bible was, that's one of the reasons why the Bible was there. Because Esau always thought the Bible was for him. Yeah, they had the Bible. But now he's finding out the latter. He's, oh, shit. But it's too late. What can they can't destroy. There's too many, they can't destroy the Bibles. Well, that's why one of the reasons Hitler wanted to burn the Bible.
It's already in our head anyway.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and destroy the Bible.
Yeah.
It's already in our head.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Hitler wanted to destroy the Bible. Why? Because Hitler being an elite, they knew. You know, they know the Bible's against us.
Yeah, Hitler was a Rothschild.
He was a Rothschild.
Huh?
And Joseph Epiphanes burned the Bible.
Who? What?
And Joseph Epiphanes burned the Bible.
Napoleon too, right? Didn't Napoleon try to? Or something
Well,
like that?
he knocked the nose off of the Sphinx and all that.
I got a
That's that white supremacy, man. When this man came into power, he understood white supremacy.
Yeah,
So when we come into power, we understand Hebrew Israelite supremacy.
that's right.
And then they say they're supremacists. Well, wait a minute. You motherfuckers are a bunch of supremacists.
Yeah.
All of you are white supremacists, man.
Yeah.
When you go home and you got enough money, you ain't going to the fucking hood, man.
That's right.
You going up somewhere to Scarsdale or Greenwich in your gated communities,
Yep.
man.
Away from Jake.
Away from Jake. So that's white supremacy, man.
Right.
Right.
Oh, when
The
Christopher,
fucking pot, the pot calling the kettle black, man.
Yeah.
when Cristobal Colon made that statement, I couldn't put down my sword not for an hour. What is that? That's a statement of so-called white
Yeah.
supremacy.
He admitted that the papal bull of 1493. You can look that up.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody look that up, please. The papal bull of 1493.
Yeah, when Mayim Silbauer made
The doctrine of, I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, hey,
Oh, no,
the doctrine of discovery, you know,
yeah,
the Monroe doctrine, doctrine.
Pastor, on that building right there, they got all the names of the explorers and shit that conquered lands or whatever. They got Columbus, Marco Polo, Ptolemy, and I think they got somebody else up in there. All fucking crack, all Edomites, man.
Yeah, when Mayim Silbauer made the statement, permit me to rule a nation's currency and I cannot who makes the laws, that's a statement of white supremacy. Permit me rulership over a nation's currency and I cannot who makes the laws. That's a statement of white supremacy.
Yeah.
Oh, the fact that they're going down, we know why they're going down to Venezuela. Why are they going down to Venezuela? To send troops. Oh. Thank you, brother.
Oh, make America great again. That's a statement of so-called white supremacy.
Yeah.
Because when America was great, where was
That's
we?
we were slaves.
We were in
Right.
slavery, man.
So
That's
it
right.
should say, put the niggas back in slavery.
Exactly.
That's what it should say.
That's what it should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Esau is too much of a homosexual to say, well, that's part of his deception. Because really when he says make America great again, really what he wants to say is put niggas back in slavery.
The greatest point of America was in slavery and the turn of the century,
Yep.
and that's when Negroes is on the bottom, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying.
And then
Put the niggas back in slavery.
You got to
Again.
niggas wearing
White
them hats. Show you how simple. That's why
Well, you know
Jeremiah
what? But you know what I'm
4:32.
saying, niggas. They're gonna go down there to Venezuela if they decide to have a war down the next Vietnam,
Yeah.
and they're gonna come back in body bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming home and body. What's the name of the neighbor? Coming home with a body bag too.
Coming home with a body bag too. Them simple ass niggas, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
they're gonna fight that war, man. If they go back to it, ultimately they all gonna go to the Middle East.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, that's the main.
and they're not coming back home in a body bag.
That's right.
They're gonna be part of a permanent part of the soil.
Yep.
Yeah, ashes.
Sauteed.
This is real, man. This is right in your face, Esau.
That's it.
Nothing you can do about it. You're being revealed. It's time of you being revealed. And we're gonna have a series on YouTube.
And you can't stop it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a series on YouTube because I'm gonna do a video on it.
Hey, brother, I'm
This is why we call you the devil. That's gonna be
Yeah,
the series.
because they get mad. They calling us the devil. Why they calling us
We
the
got-
devil? Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
The Monroe Doctrine,
There you go.
the Manifest Destiny,
That's it.
the Papal Bull,
That's it.
the various Papal Bulls,
Chemtrails.
all right? Chemtrails,
GMOs.
Teflon.
And we're gonna go all into the history too, as much as the Spirit will allow us to find. And that's your ass.
Slavery.
Yeah.
Slavery.
Without sanctuary.
We're gonna show you why we
Without
call you the
sanctuary.
devil.
The KKK.
Yeah.
You so-called.
What did the KKK do? They hung
Yep.
jakes on trees, man.
After-
And then they took pictures
Right.
and turned it into a goddamn postcard and
Right.
sent it to people.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there. That's me in the middle with the hat tipped to the side.
Oh, yeah.
I was right there when they hung that nigga up.
Yep.
Yep.
Supposedly.
And this is what's gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
We're gonna be hanging them on
Right.
posts or set on fucking fire.
Yeah.
We're gonna be standing here looking and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And the scriptures say double unto them.
You know, slapping, hey, slapping high five. Inside joke.
Ooh, and an owl.
Ooh, and slapping high five.
Oh, Black Wall Street. Can't forget about that. Black Wall Street, Tuskegee.
And they were bombed. Who bombed them? U.S. government,
Yeah.
man.
Syphilis study, Tuskegee.
Oh yeah. Down in Guatemala, the syphilis
Study
test
down there?
in
Yeah.
Guatemala.
This is why we call you the devil, man.
This whole so-called police system of
Police,
the communities
yeah.
go back to the what is it called? The
Paddy wagons.
Yeah, but it was called something else.
Yeah.
The paddy,
Patrol, slave patrol.
slave patrol. Yeah, the slave patrol. Paddy wagons or whatever, the Paddy boys they call them.
Yeah.
Here come the Paddies, and they showed you that in that movie that this guy made about Nat Turner.
Oh,
Slave patrol. Somebody
Slave
Birth
patrol,
of a
slave,
Nation?
birth of a nation. Remember the father escaped, and it was the Paddy boys that went out and got him, man.
Because a lot of them were Irish, right? The
Yeah,
Paddy-
yeah.
That's a big name.
Which a
over
lot
there,
of them were Jakes,
Yeah.
you know.
They were just
But they were doing the bidding of the so-called white
bankers.
man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. You got
who supplied a lot of the ships? So-called Jews. They own the ships.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that name Paddy is very popular in Ireland. Paddy.
yeah, and that's what the Lord said. Salaki, brother. That's what the Lord said that in what is that? Zechariah 1:15, that the Lord was a little displeased with Israel, with us, and these devils and the nations helped forward the affliction.
Further the affliction.
You know, so they took it and they,
All right, brother. All right,
That's what we're doing.
what they did was they took it beyond.
Right.
Like you get mad at your son or your daughter, you beat them, and it comes to a point and say that's enough.
Right.
Well, the Lord, okay, that's enough, but they just kept going. The devil
Paddy
just kept going.
rollers.
The Paddy rollers. Thank
Paddy
you, brother.
rollers.
Rollers.
That's
The water.
brother from
Thank you.
Hawaii. He be on it with that information.
Oh no, he knows all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
He be on it.
Hey,
the
hey, you
Earl
know,
of Sandwich and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Duke of Sandwich.
Paddy rollers.
hey,
yeah.
you know, when they were lynching Jake,
He's another Yeshaya. You know.
Hey, when they were lynching Jake, this is supposed to be allegedly after they was free from slavery.
Right.
You know, you
Oh,
no
when the
longer-
KKK was established at post-slavery.
Correct.
Right.
You know, so what about, you know, even though we know it's all bullshit, Emancipation Proclamation is bullshit, but they supposed to have freed the slaves, but they treating them worse now than they were treating them when they were in slavery.
Yeah, because that word.
Ezekiel 35. Get that. The key point is the 5th verse. I want you to stop at the start at the top.
And that word emancipate means to transfer from one master to another.
13th Amendment, 14th Amendment, slaves.
That's it.
Right.
Right, this is Ezekiel 35, verse 1. It says, Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee,
That Mount Seir represents Esau.
Esau.
Which is
Oh,
really
oh,
so-called white man.
quick!
Yeah.
Somebody go to Genesis. What is that? Genesis 36 and 8.
And then the Lord clearly said, I am against you. That's why you're being revealed. We're in the time of you being revealed, so-called white man.